what is the minimum recommended daily meditation time for a householder?
Okay. What's the minimum recommended meditation time? Well, first I would ask, what's the minimum daily time for eating? Well, however long it takes until we feel full and satisfied, right? Or what's the minimum time for taking a bath? Well, however long it takes to become clean. If we're very dirty, probably takes a bit longer. Have not bathed for a long time. Or otherwise, sometimes you just take a quick bath. Likewise for meditation. So I think we cannot give an exact time, what is the right time, how long is the minimum time, because it can be very subjective. Depends also what we have done throughout the day. Sometimes when the mind was very active, very busy, running here, running there, you might need longer time to finally, until the mind settles. In the first 10, 15 minutes, the mind will just be racing around and you wouldn't get much quality or depth of the meditation. But then eventually it settles down, it calms and unifies. And then you might get another 15, 20 minutes, or maybe even more, depending on how long you meditate, of better quality practice. But at other occasions, you've been maybe already in a meditation retreat, or on the weekend, you feel very relaxed already, and you start to meditate. At that time, the mind can calm down and get unified, and can practice very well, sometimes straight from the beginning. So, for these kind of sessions, a shorter period of meditation might also be okay, but then for times when you need a lot of warm-up time and cool down time first, maybe cooling down is the better term here, then a bit of a longer session would be preferable. So it's really hard actually to put a number out here, because it can be very subjective and also depends on your own schedule, your own responsibilities. Of course, generally speaking, the more the better. But I would like to say, quality is more important than quantity. So it is better to meditate, maybe even 2 or 3 times a day, even if it's just for 20 minutes. Maybe once in the morning, another time at midday, maybe after lunch, and then another time just before going to bed in the evening. Having 3 sessions is better than 1 long session where you have to endure a lot of pain or discomfort, because when you sprinkle it throughout the day, that also brings you back to your meditation theme, and it purifies the mind. And even when we stop to practice and go back to our normal tasks, there's still something staying behind. And the momentum and the tranquility, even some of the insights, they will carry forward, even into the day. So, of course, the longer the better, but I would also say at the same time, you have to be patient with yourself and also don't stretch yourself beyond your capabilities. And quality of practice is more important than quantity. So you might decide to have just shorter sessions, maybe half an hour at first, especially if you cannot sit comfortably for longer times yet. And then also gradually try to increase with time the meditation periods. It is definitely also very advantageous to sit for longer periods, because it's usually at these times when the mind settles even better and you can discern things more clearly compared to at the very beginning of the practice. So it's a matter of balance. And sometimes even in daily life, you find yourself actually in situations where you can also sprinkle in a little bit of meditation here and there. Like Often we have to wait for something or wait for somebody. Go to the doctor, to the dentist. Well, sometimes you have to wait for a long time. So you can just close your eyes and meditate. Or you can keep your eyes open and meditate. So these short breaks that we have in daily life. Nowadays, many people have the habit, as soon as there's nothing going on, take up the phone. But then, these would actually be very valuable opportunities. Just even 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there, to sprinkle in a bit of meditation time. So you can think about that next time. When there's nothing important going on, you might not have to check your phone necessarily. You can just use the opportunity to connect with the place where you are and maybe radiate loving-kindness or watch the breath. And that feels actually also very calming throughout the day and will have a positive effect to all the other events that are happening later.